Okay, my name is Tammy Renard. I'm 26 years old, and when I came to Sean, I came in because I had a pain in my calf. I just thought it was a pulled muscle. It woke me up in the middle of the night, and I just thought it was a pinched muscle, no big deal. And I came in and had Sean look at it, and he was the first one to realize that there was something really wrong with my calf. And he looked at it and he said that it was not a muscle issue, and he encouraged me to go to the hospital. And at that point it was going to be the ER. And his initial reaction was he thought it possibly was compartment syndrome. And his second guess was it could possibly be DVT and a blood clot. So I went to the ER, and the ER doctors didn't know what it was. They said it was a muscle strain, and by that time my leg was incredibly swollen and throbbing pain, and I ended up going home with medicine and the diagnosis of a severe muscle strain from what the ER doctor said. And so I went home, and the entire next day I just elevated and iced and did everything that they told me, but the pain was increasing and the swelling wasn't going down. There wasn't any difference. And Sean called me. He called me in the afternoon of that next day just to follow up and see how I was doing and see what the ER doctors said and diagnosed me as. And I told him severe muscle strain, and he told me immediately that it was a completely incorrect diagnosis, and that that I should go to the ER again or go to the doctor because it could be a potentially life-threatening situation. So I ended up going again, this time to the international clinic, and I was immediately diagnosed with DVT, and being 4 days untreated or misdiagnosed by the ER medical staff, I needed to be admitted into the hospital for 4 or 5 days until my blood levels were back to normal, I guess, quote unquote. But yeah, there ended up being DVT, thrombosis in 2 areas in my leg, one in my calf and one behind my knee, and there was also a pulmonary embolism. So basically, Sean, I really appreciate what he did. He was the first one to, he was the catalyst. He struck fear in me that something could seriously be wrong, and he's the reason I went to the doctor, to the ER in the first place. And the second time when he followed up with me, at that point I thought it was just a severe muscle strain. I was going to stay home and let the medication work its course and just continue to ice and elevate. And if he hadn't have followed up with me and called me, the situation could have ended a lot worse. So I just really appreciate what he did, and he really made a big difference.